Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
On second down, here's Mahomes. Eluding the pressure right. Going deep here. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Sammy Watkins, 57 yards. And the Chiefs strike quickly here for 6 points. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. Butker now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. Now it's Ryan. And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. Allen Bailey bringing the pressure again, and that is his 3rd sack here tonight.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Now Ryan on second down. And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line. Allen Bailey in there again. My goodness, that is now his 4th sack tonight. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. He's going to air one out. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. He tried to heave it from his own end zone, and the danger, it reared its ugly head.
We have seen those plays work out successfully before. You take the shot, try and gain some yardage. Sometimes you fool them. Not in this case, though. Trying to get it deep downfield, gets it picked off.
Black 58 rail! Black 58 rail!
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. And going deep for Hill. And that is caught. Touchdown, Kansas City. Tyreek Hill, 50 yards. And the Chiefs strike quickly here for 6 points. But what a quick turnaround there. They get the football. Next play, boom, touchdown.
I've been in a situation before where a turnover occurs, and if you're over on the bench with your defensive mate and you talk about what to do on your next series, and all of a sudden you hear sudden change, you've got to get out on the field and defend right away. Not everyone is mentally prepared to go.
Is that what is yelled on the sidelines a lot of times?
That, among other things.
Maybe some words we can't share here.
Yeah, we'll just keep this one PG.
FCC violation.
No doubt.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. On 2nd down, Ryan. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Well, while we have a second, let's look ahead to the divisional round of the AFC. Of course, Indianapolis and Kansas City kicking things off. And, Charles, the Colts 4-0 all-time versus KC in the playoffs. They're becoming a pretty trendy pick.
They really are, and a lot of it is because of the strength of their offensive and defensive lines, not to mention how Andrew Luck is playing in his comeback season here in 2018. But Kansas City, the #1 seed, they're seeking to break that trend of losing games in the playoffs at home that they shouldn't. This is another opportunity with Patrick Mahomes leading the way.
Speaking of losing games in the playoffs, Phillip Rivers and the Chargers 0-7, including the playoffs against New England with Tom Brady at quarterback. Can they stem the tide?
This is their opportunity. No better chance for the Chargers to get it done. As I always say to you, if not now, Chargers, when? Even though it is going to New England.
On 3rd down, Ryan trying to lay one up deep. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And he will take this all the way up past the 40-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Here's Mahomes to throw. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Chiefs add on to their lead. Now he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Butker now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He's going to let it go again. And that's caught at the 25. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. A big-time play there for the Falcons. 53 yards. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Here's Ryan to throw. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Orlando Scandrick. And he returns it here to his own 18-yard line. So 1:55 to go in the first half. We're back to Arrowhead after this. Throwing on first down is Mahomes. Dumps that off to Ware. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they...
And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Brooks Reed in there to get him for a loss of 5. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack.
Slow.
Now Mahomes. Flushed out right. And going deep. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way down to the 29. A big play there just before halftime. 47 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. On first down, Mahomes. The tight end, Kelsey, has it over the middle. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Mahomes to throw on 2nd down. Bust. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Keanu Neal. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
A little under 30 seconds to go. We'll see how they play it here on 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Ryan. Throw right side, caught by Ridley. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. They'll throw on first down with Ryan. He's going to look deep down the field. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10.
12. Hey, South. Here we go.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Ryan. Steps away to his hip, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. We now proceed to the start of the second half. So we've come upon halftime here in Arrowhead with the Chiefs on top. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. He goes underneath to Freeman. He finds an opening past the 40. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yep.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by the free safety, Eric Berry. And the return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line. Now that we sit in the postseason, let's talk about some of these awards we've been hitting on all year, Charles. MVP, what do you think?
Well, I think it's going to come down to Patrick Mahomes, the quarterback at Kansas City, Drew Brees, quarterback New Orleans, and Aaron Donald, the defensive tackle for the Los Angeles Rams. I ultimately think that Mahomes wins this award. I think he distanced himself late in the season from Brees, and it's hard for a defender to win the MVP.
Rookie of the year, Barkley, or does Mayfield have a shot?
Personally, I would give it to Barkley because he's been there all 16, but Mayfield made Cleveland relevant, put them in a position where maybe we were even talking about the playoffs, and boy, the excitement level has really ramped up. I would not be surprised at all if he walked away with the award.
Lastly, what about Coach of the Year? Does Frank Reich have a shot after starting 1-5 in Indy?
He should be in that conversation, shouldn't he? But I think ultimately it comes down to Matt Nagy in Chicago and Anthony Lynn with the Los Angeles Chargers. I think Nagy's going to win it because the Chargers were picked in preseason to actually win their division or contend. The Bears were not.
Now Mahomes throwing on 2nd down. He hits West underneath. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. It'll go as a gain of 10 and a Kansas City 1st down.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure.
This is caught by Hill for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 26 yards. And the Chiefs are able to grow their lead.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that, truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 28-0. Butker now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So out come the Falcons now. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Well, CD, one thing you and I haven't discussed now that we are in the playoffs, now we know how the start of the draft is going to go. You look at the top 5, Arizona, San Fran, Jets at 3, Raiders, wherever they may be at 4, Tampa Bay 5. What are your thoughts?
Well, immediately, this is going to be different in 2019 than 2018 because in 2018, it was all about the quarterbacks. I don't think that's going to be the case. You just mentioned the top 5. You can make a legitimate case that in the top 5, none of those teams are in the market to select a quarterback. So now, who is? I think you got to get to number 6 with the New York Giants. That's where the quarterback market begins.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. From the shotgun, Ryan. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. Another drive comes and goes. Still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. But just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
Here's Matt Bosher now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it's Chiefs football. 1st and 10. And now here comes Kansas City. And last time out, another touchdown. And I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the 4th quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this one's just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? You and me, trying to get to the airport. The roads will be fairly clear by the time we have to leave the booth.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Deion Jones. Not dropping into coverage. He comes on the blitz and takes him down for a loss of 9. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
We got three. Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39. Let's go.
They go play fake. Mahomes. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down. Then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back. But it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Blue 45. Blue 45. Slow. Check 45 to the mic. Check 45 to the mic. Watch the run. Z. I got it.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. It takes a touchdown-saving tackle to bring him down as he goes 32 yards on the return. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50. 1st and 10. From midfield now, here's Ryan. And finding the tight end Hooper. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A gain of 32 that time.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
4 yards on the pickup, and it's a 2nd down.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
On 2nd down, here's Ryan. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The Pro Bowl wideout Julio Jones is intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
The frustration is definitely setting in because they've thrown it to him over and over, unable to come up with a catch thus far.
I think he knew he would have his challenges against his secondary. I don't think he saw a goose egg at this point in the game. To throw on 3rd down, Ryan. And that is incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
Still just the third quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on fourth.
Ready, back 25. Gun. 5, 25 tonight. Space.
They'll try and throw for him with Ryan. Buying time to his left. And that is going to be incomplete. Dan Quinn's guys unable to come through there on fourth down. And the Chiefs defense comes up with a stop. Well, with that incompletion, Charles, a big story, as it always is come January. Head coaching changes around the NFL. If you count the situations in Cleveland, in Green Bay, that's 8 openings all told.
And that's about the number people were starting to predict somewhere around mid-season.
And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. It's Desmond Trufant, and his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Here's Ryan. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Reggie Ragland, and a return across midfield and to the 46-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
And he's taken down inside the 30. First down for the Chiefs. Solid chunk of yardage. 17 on the play. Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it second and a foot or so.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I know a coach told me before, he always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
So just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. Mahomes going to throw. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
He's starting to fall into the category of not fair, because when he's on target throwing the ball, he's dangerous. But when you add in his ability to make plays with his feet, almost impossible.
Well, yeah, exactly. They've had trouble stopping him in the secondary. This time they've got the great coverage. Oh, he can run too.
Here we go. Blue 45. Blue 45. Back 45. Let's go deep.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
He gets it halfway there with that run. I think you play up-tempo, get right back up.
And he's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Spencer Ware punching it in from a yard away. And the Chiefs have got it on cruise control. Well, that turned out how they wanted. Run the toss play to the left side, go for that pylon, get in there.
And just being able to understand where the pylon was and sneak it in there, well done, well executed.
Butker now to add the extra point. Extra point right down the middle. And that will extend this big lead. Butker now to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And here now come the Falcons. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens.
Gun. Hey, let's go.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Throwing right, and that's complete. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Gun. Three down. 11.
Throwing now, Ryan on first down. This one complete to Mohamed Sanu. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 23 yards on the play.
Hey, wait.
They go play action here on first down. He's airing it out for Sanu. And this is going to be intercepted. Snags it for the pick. Thought they had something going there to break that goose egg here in the second half, but to no avail.
Hope was alive until that interception. What a terrific play, taking the ball away after it looked like they were starting a drive.
And now that shutout still standing. You know that's something those defensive guys hold a lot of pride on, too.
No doubt about it. They are excited about where they are in this game.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at the 20.
Here we go now. Blue 45. Blue 45.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. They'll roll him out right. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. That one goes for 24 yards. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Deion Jones in there to drop him for his second sack now here tonight.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Left. Check, 4 down. Check, nickel. Left. 45 the mic.
On second down, here's Mahomes. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
And it has been a good game for them. They haven't been pressured very much today. But on back-to-back sacks, maybe the defense is starting to figure something out.
Gonna need better protection here. 3rd and long following the sack for Mahomes and company.
Rail. Black 58 rail. Z.
They fake the give. Now Mahomes. Flush to his right. And he's gonna go down again. Brooks Reed in there again as this offensive line is in tatters. 3 sacks in 3 plays. Here's Dustin Colquitt now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. That's pulled in at the 32. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the Falcons are set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Mike 5-9, Mike 5-9. Focus, defense, focus.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he will find Ridley on the left side. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a 1st down. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Ryan on 1st down. Getting it out left side to Sanu. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. From the gun, it's Ryan. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by the free safety, Eric Berry. And the return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 16. Ware takes the give from Mahomes. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. The safety, Keanu Neal, there to make the tackle. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage. Use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And now here's another interception. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Now they get a 4th quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other. But it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. He's been a busy man here in this one, and they're showing off some nice footwork to stay in bounds.
And with those types of catches and the volume that we've seen in this game, wouldn't you keep him busy as well?
I would.
Of course. You got to keep throwing it to him. He keeps making plays.
Now it's Ryan. This one caught by Ridley. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation...
And my goodness, another interception. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. In his own end zone, it's Mahomes. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he's going to lose yardage back to his own 1-yard line.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. On second down, Williams. And a nice pickup as this one gets him to the 10-yard line. 8 yards on the ground there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 2. The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this. The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. Here it's 3rd and 2. From the gun, it's Mahomes. And he's going to drop this off to Williams, complete. And they're going to get the first down here as he's up to the 14. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer. That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Check 45 to Mike.
Interesting. Mahomes wants to throw it. Escaping the pressure right. Bruce Carter in there to get him the... Sixth time they've sacked him tonight.
That's how we do it. That's how we do it. Get out here. That's how we do it.
Going to need better protection here. 3rd and long following the sack from Mahomes and company.
Z. Hey.
Back to throw now in his own end zone. Hard throw, incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he let him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
Here's Dustin Colquitt now as he's on to punt for Kansas City. So a short drop, but he's able to get it out, and this is a good kick. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. We'll call that a 49-yard punt, but a net of just 39 following the 10-yard return. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
3 down.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Reggie Ragland in there to get him the 6th time they've sacked him tonight. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. As they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Here's Ryan to throw. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Now it's Ryan. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Now we'll get whistles, and they've signaled for a timeout. Not sure I see the logic in this, but we'll get a stoppage anyway with 5 seconds remaining. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle.
20.
One last shot for Ryan. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time has run out now on this game. So, Charles, are able to complete what so often seems to be elusive, a shutout in the NFL. And maybe what's fitting is they ended the game on the field, that defensive unit on the field. What an exclamation mark.
And probably felt like they could go another 60 minutes without anyone putting points on the board against them. That's the confidence you gain throughout when you're pitching a shutout. And they're going to leave the stadium feeling like they're all 10 feet tall.
I got so much beef, I could barely sleep. Paranoia got me losing on my Z's all day.